Stephen.
What's up?
He's acting like an absolute cock at the moment.
No, I'm not.
So if he goes a little bit rogue on this one, I do apologise.
I'm feeling zen.
You're feeling zen? Why?
Yeah.
Because you've been fucking winding me up the last 20 minutes?
No.
Because your coffee?
No.
Should we tell them?
Baldy.
So
Men's Mental Health Month.
Yes.
Is what it is.
June is Men's Mental Health Month, so we thought we'd have a chat about...
Also Pride. Interesting.
I'm proud of being a man, yeah.
LGBTQ plus.
Oh, plus. Like Disney Plus.
No, I think it's the same. I think basically the long and short of it, without being disrespectful, is that they got to the stage where there was, far too many letters, and obviously the whole...
The alphabet's got a shitload of letters.
The movement is very inclusive, and I think it's like, lesbians and gays, yeah. Lesbian, gays and bis. So it's just like, plus, everyone, Inclusive, yeah, which is
Thanks
nice.
for explaining that. I appreciate the...
Well, I just feel like, a man of your age, and you were obviously born in the 70s,
Clearly.
I think that ultimately you might not understand that kind of stuff.
Well, I appreciate your condescending attitude towards me.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
That prick.
So this is episode...
I haven't got a clue.
20 or 21?
I think it is 20.
Yeah, which now puts us in the top 1%. Is that right? Or is that the next episode?
No, it's either this one or the next one.
Yeah.
We're in the top 1% of podcasters.
Yeah. Which is
at this rate.
How does that feel for you?
Feels like it was going to happen.
Yeah, no, but how does it feel to feel like you're in the top? Because I was already in the top 1%.
Such a fucking age.
Well, no, because I've done a marathon. So
I've done a marathon.
Well, then you're already in the top 1%. So actually, this isn't an achievement at all.
Okay, right, great. So how does it feel for you to be in the top 1% of podcasters?
To be honest, I think I'm really...
Ouch. Just
I'm really enjoying it.
Why? Right, hang on. Right, before we go any further,
What?
Don't be an arsehole for the next hour.
Why? I'm not an arsehole. I'm a nice young lad.
It's the way you're looking at me. You're giving the fucking like... Go on, yes.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying doing it. Got some great feedback. Obviously, we're making some ins. We've got a few people we're gonna talk to. Do you remember when we first started doing this and I used to talk like that all the time?
You did before we actually recorded and put it out there, you did sound a little bit like that. Not right at the start.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's
I thought we recorded one down the pub and you sounded a bit like, ooh.
Well, that's because that was my pub voice. You remember we spoke about you going to football and you're a hooligan and you'll never walk alone. Go on, Lineker, eat your crisps. That kind of stuff. Like,
you finished.
Sorry, yeah. So Men's Mental Health Month. Why don't you play us a little clip?
Play a little clip. There we go. Ready?
Yeah, go on, hold it up to you.
I'm fucking going to.
Yeah, just
when I press play.
Go on then.
So calm down. This is some serious stats that I thought we should cover before we start. Okay. Maybe we should tag this fella in it as well.
Should we play it first, and then do all that after? Just I think they're waiting to fucking hear it. Unless you're fucking writing him an email, fucking asking him if we can play his shit.
You're being a
just fucking play it.
Absolute bellend today. Everyone fucking knows you are as well. Ready?
Be talking about 600,000 men a year, 58,000 men a month, 14,000 men a week, 2,000 men per day. That is roughly 86 men per hour and roughly 2 every single minute that make the decision to end their life. So bro, If you're watching this, please don't do it.
2 men every fucking minute kill themselves. Which, that stat is mind-blowing.
Literally 2 blokes
Every minute.
every minute decide they feel like they shouldn't be
So,
here.
if we... Well, this is probably going to be, what, 50 minutes?
Yeah,
It's
just
100 men by the time we've done this podcast. Is that right?
2 men per minute, yeah.
Are going to have killed themselves by the time we finish. So we're effectively fighting a losing battle. Not in a horrible way. 100 men would have killed themselves by the time we literally finished talking. Which is atrocious. And if anywhere else, any other member of society or group or was dying at that rate, it would be headline news.
Yeah, if like some sort of disease or something was taking 2 people per minute.
I mean, what?
You can say about COVID.
Yeah. What was
So
the
was
rates
I.
for that? I bet it wasn't that high.
So have a quick search.
Have a look.
When you entertain. Do your sausage dance.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I mean, I do believe it, but it's absolutely incredible. Like 2 men. I mean, even since I've just been talking about it, like 2 men have died, and it's not just the men. It's they leave behind families, they leave behind friends, loved ones. Like,
God, here you go. Okay, sorry to. So
I was
this
just
is
feeling anyway.
fucking feeling shit. So deaths. It's estimated. This is just deaths in general around the world. It's estimated that there are over 56 million deaths occurring annually, which translate to approximately 4.6 million deaths monthly, which is 106 every minute. That's
globally.
That's globally
all
on
the reasons
everything.
to die. That's incredible.
So 2%, just under 2%
of all deaths.
1.8% of all deaths are men that die from fucking taking their own life.
That's fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we were just, we just been up this. This is relevant. We just been up this new place in Bude, called. Do we want to say what it's called? Yeah,
I think so. Well, it's on social media. It's not like, but they're just.
So it's called Zen Jungle.
Sounds funny, doesn't
and
it?
we went up. I actually came across it a few weeks ago, actually. And it's an incredible place. It's like a retreat for. I mean, I'm not versed in it at all, so I don't really know what to call it. But it's very much about meditation and transformation, and finding, I guess rewiring your brain. Is that fair to say? I mean, you're more into that kind of stuff than
Yeah.
me.
Sorry, just quickly. So it's there's an article here that says COVID still kills 1 person every 4 minutes.
So nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
No. But COVID, I mean, we weren't allowed to go outside. In COVID, we weren't allowed to go outside. We weren't allowed to line up in the supermarket and wear masks all the time.
But
2 men.
2 men every minute.
Every minute. I mean, I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. Which is incredible. No one talks about it. It's never on the news. I mean, and I'm not, look, obviously death is fucking horrible. But, there's a gentleman, a doctor off the telly that's gone missing in
Michael
Greece.
Mosley. Yeah, I like Michael Mosley.
Terribly sad.
Yeah.
That's just one guy.
Yeah.
There's Madeleine McCann. Why are you laughing?
I was not laughing.
There's
I thought you
Madeleine
were
McCann.
going to say one of those jokes that people say, which is completely inappropriate. Not about Madeleine McCann,
Again,
that situation.
People. I've got kids. I'd be mortified if one of my children, whatever the circumstances, whatever you believe, whatever you don't believe, the fact is she's still missing, and that's horrible, mortifying. But we still talk about her, and it's not aside from all the other
No,
kids
I
that
know.
go missing that don't get spoken about.
I
But
know where you're coming
but-
from with it. To say it's still spoken about and that.
why on the news every day is it not like... It's because it's what? 2 every minute, so 2 times 60 is 120, times 6 is like... What did you say, about 1,000 a day, I imagine? Something like that, 800,000 a
Can't
day.
remember.
Between 800 and 1,000. Today, 800 to 1,000 men have died. They basically couldn't deal with the pressures that they were under anymore, so they took their own life. There's nothing wrong with them, necessarily. They weren't necessarily physically ill. I mean, some of them may be.
I was going to say, let's say 90. I don't know. I'm just trying to, for debate's sake, yeah. Say 90% of it. Say there's 800. So let's say 700 of them killed themselves.
700 men today just killed themselves needlessly because they felt like they weren't supported. They felt like they were worthless. They felt like they were a burden on society and their families and everything like that. And what a fucking atrocious place to be. And you can't really talk about it, can you? You can't really... We've both been there.
Yeah, well, you can, but you feel like you can't.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why that is, that you feel like that when you're in that hole, why you feel like you can't talk about it.
I think that's the way that we've been socialised, not socialised, not Bogdan.
He's been out in the sun. Yes, I suppose it's how society is,
isn't it? It's how society operates.
Yes.
You're a man. You know, we've covered this before. You've got to be strong. You've got to be double-hard.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be weak and all that kind of stuff. And the reason I mentioned Zen Jungle is because...
Sorry, yeah, we went off...
You know, we got talking to the chap up there, Jason. Amazing fella, like intriguing, really. I mean, I only, you know, he's obviously busy. Like, we only got to speak to him for 10 minutes, really. Like, and he was talking to me. I mean, he went off to fucking look at the kitchen, obviously. Fuck's sake. Come on. He was talking to me about how they do their transformational workshops or retreats, which is like 10 days. And it's so true. I've not thought about it before, but he was saying about how we live within these parameters and there's no reason for it at all. You know, like, and he used obviously layman's speak because, you know, I live within the parameters. You know, I don't.
Well,
I've not started my journey, but you know, like you can't have roast dinner for breakfast. You know, you can have bacon though. That's all right, eggs and bacon. You know, there's things that we're told we can do and things that we can't do. And he was saying that, you know, we are conscious and you know, endless strive. Strive, is that a right word?
Endless
drive. Yeah, to achieve.
Striving endlessly
to adhere to these parameters. You know, whether it be, you know, you've got to get married, you've got to go uni, you've got to get a job, you've got to buy a house, you've got to have kids, you've got to have a successful job. You know, you've got to look a certain way, you've got to dress a certain way. It's just not possible, and
you can't keep it up.
And that's what, you know, it causes, and it's even worse now with social media and stuff, because of course you see a lot more people now. When we didn't have phones, you only used to see your family or your people that you live near, and of course chances are they were probably the same. They probably looked like you, didn't they? So the stress wasn't as much because you were...
Yeah, you were
you know what I mean?
Surround yourself with this similar sort of...
With a similar sort of... You didn't really have access. I mean, you bought the paper, you might see, you know, fucking Jordan with her tits out on page 3. You know, or you might see the news and there'd be like some celebrities or shit like that on there, but a bit like yourself. But you wouldn't see just day-to-day people. I tell you, I've not told you this. I had an experience the other day. I was perusing Facebook. And someone on there, and again, this is just like, it's going to go off so many different tangents. So I'm friends with someone on there that I used to know, probably 8 years ago. Never speak to them, never. I mean, they probably wouldn't know who I was. Didn't really. When I say no, they were another parent at the kids' school. I only knew them at the. I don't know why we're friends, or there must be a reason for it at the time. But their daughter's just turned 18. Which makes sense as Paige, you know. I'm trying to justify that for you. There's the video is of them in the local BMW garage, and they've pulled down this car, this sheet off this car. They've got their eyes closed. You know, happy birthday! It's a brand new fucking BMW, brand spanking new BMW, for the first car for their 18-year-old daughter.
That's mental.
And for a minute, I felt like the size of a fucking grain of sand. For a minute.
Well, because you thought, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
I'm not sure who that is, but I feel sorry for him. Because I don't... And that's fine. I suppose I don't feel sorry in maybe the way that it comes across, but I sort of feel sorry that they feel like they've got to spend that sort of money on their first car when there's no need to, because you don't have to do that. No, but I suppose if you've got loads of money, then why not do it?
Yeah, and I think it's really important to differentiate between those two things, actually, because I think, you know, I do get annoyed when people publicly shame or talk about people that have money, like, as it, you know,
like it's a negative
thing.
Yeah,
you shouldn't. You should. You know, that amount of money could have bought 3 food parcels. Do you know what I mean? Or something. It's like it's their money.
It's their money.
They've either won, earned, or inherited it.
Totally.
Right. It's jealousy, really. That's you know.
I suppose it could be. I'm not jealous.
No, but so I look at that and I felt bad. But for me, because I have started a journey and I've spoken about it before, like I was like, well,
I don't think you have.
Actually, I was all right with it. You know, I was like, well, I didn't think, oh, that's silly. I just thought, you know what? I know Paige will be happy with the car that we get her because she will appreciate whatever car.
I think it depends on, and I'm not saying this is the case for them, but I think it depends on how you set your kids up for their expectations. Doesn't it?
So yeah, that was that, and again, you know, but you can see how these things happen, can't you? You can see how, you know, I can't. Oh, what a fucking useless dad I am. Can't buy my fucking daughter. All her mates have got this and that.
And obviously they wouldn't want people to feel like that because they're putting it on and saying, look, this is cool, my daughter's got a new car. And they're probably not, they wouldn't want people to feel like that. And it's not insensitive for them to do that. It's just, you know, it's like someone revealing a 20-year-old Corsa or something that they're giving their daughter.
Yeah.
There's no...
Exactly.
You know, I'm sure they're not going to mean anything by it.
But you can see, you can see how the pressure builds. You know, that's one event. You know, if that, you know, you add on top of that someone going on holiday, you add on top of that someone getting married, you add on top of that someone starting a new job, you know, moving into a new house, and you're at the bottom under all that weight.
And you're looking up. Yeah.
You're looking up, and you don't realise that actually, and I didn't realise that your family just wants you to be there.
Just to be.
Sat with them, holding hands, talking.
All I can see now is you and
eating,
Rhea and 3 kids sat around the fire holding hands.
Eating dinner.
Hands chanting.
And spending time together.
No,
it'd be Kumbaya, wouldn't it?
This one? Kumbaya. Kumbaya.
And I think
That's hot.
That's and then that's really sad. Like, and I think I'm not sure how we break that mould.
I don't know. You said something a minute ago. I'm not going to remember it, so I don't know why I said it. You said something a minute ago which resonated with me.
The old resin, would it?
Yeah, the old
sticky resin.
Might come to me in a minute.
Let's just wait for you to.
No. So the Zen Jungle we went to today.
Yeah.
It just literally happened to be this month, didn't it? Just all fell, and it wasn't like we did it for men's mental health. We did it because we were going anyway.
Incredible. Never done meditation before. I know you do it a lot. And I can't remember what it was called now, but it was. We had earphones on and we were in this teepee. Laying in this. Yeah.
Not a fucking bunch of Indians.
What's wrong with that?
Didn't say there's anything wrong with us. We're not a bunch of Indians.
Laying on this nice beanbag, I guess.
Yeah, fluffy like a fluffy
bag.
Seat beanbag, wasn't it? Amazing, with all this like sheepskin sort of style stuff.
Really nice. And then the sound, you put these earphones on, kind of lie back, and it did something, didn't it? And the colours and the.
You did really well, because since the first time you meditated, to sit there for 50 minutes.
Yeah. It took me a while because I was like, oh, it's not working. Oh, am I not looking in the right place? Oh, have I not got it up loud enough? Oh, I wonder if it's too loud. Like, oh, I wonder. I
turned mine down slightly after about half an hour.
And then all of a sudden, it just hit me, and I was going through the jungle. I specifically remember seeing like jungle-shaped, like alpine leaves or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to guess. It was like those like it might be palm actually. Those like palm.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. And then we switched to a new track, and you just got this.
There's 15 minutes on. It's 25 minutes one track, and then it sort of stops, and there's 25 minutes.
Fucking incredible experience, and I literally can't wait to do it again.
Makes you feel amazing. When you come to it, makes you feel like I always like.
Didn't feel that. No.
What?
I didn't feel. I didn't feel like any different after.
Didn't you?
No. I felt.
You didn't feel chilled.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'd lay on your sofa for 50 minutes with my eyes closed, listening to music, I'd feel chilled.
No, but it's a separate type of feeling. It's completely different. So I don't get that relaxing feeling with anything else I do.
No, I don't think I went full deep. I think I just was like,
yeah, but I like to say it's just tickling the tip.
Yeah,
you did bloody seriously. I know we have a laugh, but you did. That takes some fucking doing.
Yeah,
so I've done an hour before, sat upstairs quiet.
Yeah,
and that takes some doing.
You got to remember that you are older than me, so it's probably a little bit more difficult for you to totally switch off just in case you piss yourself or
you finished.
Like that. I'm just trying to be nice.
Thanks. It's lucky I wore a big nappy, wasn't it?
Just
you
did tell them about the ants?
No, I didn't, because you're sat in the same conversation with me.
What do you mean?
Because you said, did I tell him about the ant?
No, I said, are you going to tell him?
Am I going to tell him?
Yeah, okay,
well, part of the way through, after 10 minutes, I was like, thinking it was a big stitch up, and everyone had like walked out or stood there in front of me going like that. And after about, it must have been a good half an hour, I felt an ant on my hand. Felt an ant on my hand. And I wasn't sure if I was tripping or whether it was really there. So I was like...
And what's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic story.
Disturbing. But you told me to tell it.
No, I said, are you going to tell them?
Well, it was a prompt, because I would have gone no, and you would have gone, oh, well, they would have enjoyed that.
So, yeah, just going back to the...
Between the two tracks, though, it was...
Silent.
That is something I've never experienced before.
Just explain it.
Well, I'm fucking going to, prick.
Sorry, go on.
I know, Bogdan. So in between the two tracks, there's like a gap of what, 3 seconds? 2 seconds?
5, I reckon. No, in all seriousness, like it was. I'm just thinking 1 elephant, 2 elephants, 3. No, you're right. About 3 seconds. Yeah. Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
3 seconds. Just go 4.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a pause, and it went from one track, 3 or 4 seconds, another track, and in between that, I was like, oh, the track's like there's a gap. Okay, cool. And then as it come into the second one, like these mental colours and shit just come. I didn't know. I was saying to Jason that I didn't know whether I was going into the colours or the colours were rushing towards me.
Yeah.
But it was just, I've never experienced anything even close to it.
Do you know what would be
Sorry, I couldn't see you.
really good? You know my earphones I've got because they. Sorry, Jason, if you do ever listen to this, they just think maybe it needs to get some better earphones. No, they were fine, weren't they? But they weren't.
I thought they were going to be really naff, but they were a lot better than I thought.
No, that's what I mean.
But they could be a lot better again.
Yeah,
I get that.
You know because I think they were like silent disco type ones, which is which is cool. But they did the job obviously. But I think
dig yourself.
Like my Apple ones, like they would be incredible.
That would be mental.
And I'm going to see if I can find the track.
Or do it at home.
Yeah, I've come. I mean, me and my boy, I've actually got a TP.
Well, of course you have. You'd have bought it back in the day because you thought you should own one.
What do you mean? No, I don't understand. Do explain.
No, but you would have bought one thinking you needed to own one.
Oh yeah, no, it's my boy's.
But you bought it.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I bet it's like a 70-foot across or something.
No, it's barely big enough. I mean, we slept out in the garden in it, and basically my below it only fits up to the top of my knees.
So you have to have your legs hanging out.
Yeah. So
it'd fit about a quarter of me in there if I lay down.
Oh, probably only up to your neck.
just
Because you're like, what's his face off South Park, aren't you? Like the counsellor.
And maybe with the glasses.
Yeah. Drugs and mine. Drugs and mine. So yeah. Anyway,
so that was an amazing experience.
I would recommend people check it out. Fucking lovely little bistro up there as well.
I'll read out.
What are you going to read out, buddy?
The link, because I think it's important.
It is important.
This fucking guy.
You nearly done, or?
This guy. Yeah, I know Bogdan.
You got it yet?
Yeah, got it. I fucking got it. So www.zenjungle.org.
Check it out.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just going back to the core, what is the answer?
That's what you said. You said we're fighting a losing battle, and that made me feel really, really upset.
Yeah, good.
Inside. Because I thought...
I mean that genuinely, like, because I think...
No, I know.
We need to feel fucking shit about it.
Because I just think... Fuck, you're reading out these stats. 2 blokes a minute are killing themselves.
Yeah.
And you think, and it's true, we're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah.
Because people are saying the right things, and people are doing the right things, and there's organisations, but there's not enough still being done. There's not enough money being put in from the government.
Oh,
for starters, there's not. That's one angle, isn't it?
Yes and no. I mean, the whole fucking NHS and everything like that, or health system around the world, I don't think there's ever going to be enough money.
But surely, to God, that would help. If they pumped some money into actually helping the, exercise for depression.
There's a few things.
It would take the pressure off the NHS, which means they could put more money into...
Yeah, but it's a mindset. There's so much. Like,
I know, I get it.
You're right, of course.
Well, in part.
The first thing is, I think...
Do you want to go on your beanbag?
Before you even look at exercise treatment, any kind of treatment, whether that be therapy, whether that be medication, whether that be exercise,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Is getting over the stigma of actually coming forward
Yeah,
and being like, do you know what? Actually, I might be ill.
Mm.
Because if you can't get over that and you can't ask for help, it doesn't matter how much fucking money we pump into the NHS or anything. It's just not going to work. You know, I know a couple of people at the moment that I've been going on about for a long time to seek help,
But
and they won't.
But if there was money, he's got a sore hip at the moment. He's gone. But if there was money put into it, so like, I don't know, let's say just adverts on TV, on billboards. I know there's a little bit of that. But if there's more, would it make people more aware and conscious to be able to say, oh, I need help?
The thing is, would
that help?
Maybe a little bit.
It's bound to a little bit, isn't it?
Problem is, matey up at Zen made a very good point. You know, we all joke and talk about the midlife crisis.
It's actually a real thing.
Yeah, I know. He says it's the amalgamation of the life's failure to live within the parameters.
Mm.
And it's your he literally said verbatim, it's your last attempt. You make a last attempt to try.
Oh, shit, that's so upsetting.
And so fucking true. Think about the things that we
do.
do.
No, yeah.
I'm going to get a Porsche. Hey, fucking midlife crisis. I'm going to get a new wife. Hey.
Are you?
It's fucking atrocious. And the reason I said that is because typically we're talking about late 40s to late 50s year-old men who are at that stage. And right now, that generation is still of the generation, even more so I would say than any other generation. Well, that's certainly 40 plus. It's impossible for them to think that they can seek help.
Yeah. So it's just in generations that's going to change over the years. Things will change because things have changed a lot in the last 20 years.
They
30 years hugely. So I was saying earlier on, wasn't I, about how the nut house at Bodmin.
Yeah.
Even though it was called a nut house. Like, oh, it's such and such has gone to fucking nut house. He's off his head. And actually, it's just a hospital because you have mental health issues.
Yeah.
It's just a hospital like any other hospital.
But is it going to change?
It's changing.
Okay.
What do you mean? Is it? Is it what?
Well, we're talking about it more. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about it more. People are making videos. No disrespect to the guy that's making that video.
No.
Right?
It'd be interesting to see what the stats were 20 years ago.
Nowhere near as bad as they are now.
Well, it's the way we live.
Because we talk about it more.
Yeah, but it's like we said earlier on, it's the way we live.
This is my point.
Yeah.
This goes back to, if you live, you live in on this estate, right? You'd probably only speak to your next door neighbours and maybe a couple of people opposite. And that's the only life you would know. And your family and maybe your people at work. That's all you'd know.
If you didn't have the
internet.
internet.
Have all this, yeah. Unless you strike me as someone that probably get a paper delivered. Probably the Sun or something like that. Or the Daily Star.
The old Daily
Times.
Sport. Or it's called.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
My husband
fucking
shoved a flipping frozen tortoise up my bottom and
it got stuck.
Then we cooked it and ate it.
Something like that, yeah. But I don't think it is going to get better. And I'm saying that because I think, we've got now generations of people that are actually exposed. Yes, okay, everyone talks about it a lot more and everyone's more accepting of other people, without a doubt. The acceptance is there, and I think that will improve over the years, right? But I don't think we're even scratching the surface on a problem.
Here's So if we didn't talk about it as much, and if there wasn't as much on the internet about it, would there be less people doing it?
No.
I'm not saying that's
No,
true.
I don't
I'm
think
just
there
throwing
would.
that in there.
No, I don't think it'd have an impact. I think that us talking about it, as we say, at the rate that men are killing themselves, it's just still going, yeah. At the rate men are killing themselves, even if we can cut that by 50% or 10%, or we can save one man a day, that would be epic, and that's not us necessarily, but just people talking. That without a doubt. But it doesn't go anywhere near enough, because the fundamental issues are that we are living within these, we see that the pressures of the man hasn't changed. And in fact, I would argue that they've got slightly worse, because now we also have to be, we don't want to be too manly. You've got to be in touch with your feminine side. Or you can't expect your wife to stay at home and cook anymore. You've got to cook as well. I know all these kind of.
No, but it's just.
Do you see what I mean?
It's a point well made.
And you've got to be, and you can be gay, and you can be not gay, and you can be a different gender. And it's just, and then it's like, and then, don't be too manly, and even like don't be upset and kill yourself. And it's just.
There's lots and lots and lots and lots of bits.
There's lots, and the problem is, I almost feel like the exposure is getting, and the amplification on social and stuff like that. It does make it worse a little bit.
Well, this is exactly what I said. Is a point that if we spoke about it less, would it happen less?
No,
I don't know.
No,
well, you just said it would.
Yeah, no, I think
you just said it would.
No, and I went on to say I don't think it's us talking about it. I think it's the fact that there's just so much more for our brains to consume than there used to be. So many more opinions of other people matter than they used to.
So if there was less opinions and less pressures, then there would be less
material
deaths.
for us to consume.
Totally. But I mean, like, if we didn't talk about it as much. If we didn't talk about men's suicide as much.
I think you're misunderstanding me.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not misunderstanding you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
saying
I think
this is
talking about it is always going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough, but I think it's if one person listens to the people that are talking about it and goes, oh, they're right.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying that as I'm just trying to
play devil's advocate.
Yeah, you love that.
And then I love playing that game. And then there's this other problem, which I've only really kind of realised over the last month or so, which I think I've spoken about. We're being treated primarily, not solely, by people that have never experienced what we're going through.
Treated? What do you mean treated?
In the care system.
Okay. So what?
Therapists that have been to university.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We've got to do something. We've got to try somewhere.
We've
got
to
be helping somehow.
We have, but again, we need real people with. I said this, I've been in therapy since I was 16, on and off. Not one of them has turned around to me and said, "Do you know what? I was abused as well as a child." I don't know what you're going to say. Well, they probably wouldn't say that because there'll be some ethical reason.
No. But how? I don't really see. I can see what you're saying. If someone's got experience of it, then they could.
I don't want to know what some physician back in the 1950s wrote a paper about, and then everyone else has been taught about it out of a textbook. I don't want to know that. I don't. I want to know. Everyone's doing. The NHS is classic for their cognitive behavioural therapy. I think it's something like 6 sessions is enough. Yeah.
But I suppose they're trying to do a blanket. Everyone's different.
Well,
Everyone's
that's my
depression is
point.
different. So what do? You know, so many millions of people. They're trying to. It's like when you employed all those people. You know, you had whatever it was, 15, 20 different personalities. You had to try to juggle around and make sure everything was working. Well, if the NHS has got 30, 40 million people to deal with or whatever it is.
Same though. I mean,
No, but you're trying to. But they're saying on average that should work potentially for people.
yeah, but I think
My dad, for example, had umpteen fucking different things done. Nothing worked.
no, but this is my But if do you know what? If he had,
He was a very unique. They said he was a very unique specimen.
out of interest, how old was he when he was going through that?
Early 50, early 50s.
So what if he had a 55, 60-year-old fella that worked with him for a period of time that had been through a very similar thing?
Probably would have made absolutely fuck all difference in my dad.
I mean, I don't know, obviously.
No, do you know, I'd put my house on it. It wouldn't have worked.
No.
I obviously don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty confident. But again, you know, everyone's different. Probably the majority of other people that probably would have helped.
You know, they are different, but I just think it's always really difficult to, you know, psychology is in, you know, we don't really understand the human brain still.
That's an absolute minefield, isn't it?
And sitting down and talking with someone in a clinical setting for 45 minutes about donkey's years of trauma is not going to be effective ever.
No, well, but so what do you suggest?
I think we need, you know, personally, and this, you know, we've spoken about this, you know, about our plans, hopefully for Two Fellas and some
Do you know
of the
the
other
only
things
thing?
we
Sorry,
want
Karen,
to do.
a sec. Sorry, because this is leading on from the only thing that helped my dad was exercise.
Yeah.
In all the years and all the therapies and fucking tablets, he still takes tablets now, but was exercise.
Because that was a win for him. It was a win. He felt like for the first time probably in a long time that he could accomplish something.
Could be, well, I think it's about the endorphins rushing in. Just get your fucking moving.
Yeah, but those endorphins again come from accomplishment, from positivity, a positive impact on his life. And if you haven't got that, and sitting down talking with some fucking Doris that's telling you it wasn't your fault, and you know all this kind of stuff is not, you know, yeah, that might work, but it, you know, the problem is when we're talking about two men dying every single minute.
I know, mate.
It's not working, is it?
No, but
yeah, you have to wait, especially around here, about 18 months to get an appointment.
Sorry.
For
in the
to
NHS,
see
yeah.
a counsellor.
Yeah.
18 months. How many men die in 18 months? And that's before you've even got them to admit that they need to go and see a counsellor, because they've got to go and sit and tell their wife that they're, in their mind, they're not a man. They're not good enough.
But again, that's not even the case, though, is it?
No, but it's not the case. But we've both been there. We know that's how it feels.
Yeah.
You know, I'm letting my kids down. I'm letting my family down. You know, all I've got to do is go to work, earn some money, come home, and you know, it's fucking easy. Why can't I do it? What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And it's horrendous. And the system is broken. I don't know what the answer is, but I do think that society can do more. Other men can do more.
Yeah.
You know, go up. You know, every one of us should be checking in with our friends. You know, they might not like it. They might rebel. They might keep telling you they're all right. They might, you know, but you know, you can tell.
Yeah.
You know, and just find a way of getting through to them. They might not want to hear your advice. They might ignore it. But as long as they know that you're there to listen when they're ready to talk, that's going to be a big help. You know, someone that's not going to judge them, someone that's not going to... and I just think that's what we lack. We lack that compassion. We lack that...
a lot of compassion that people they, you know, I've said about it before, you know, during COVID, I was like, be kind. And people were saying it on Facebook, you know, like those people that say it couldn't give two fucks.
No.
They're just saying it because
That's
they want to be
seen. As long as we
seen.
go outside and bang a tin,
Yeah.
you know, that's all right.
But they just want to be seen to be saying the right things. You know, I got walking sometimes. People couldn't give two shits about, like, if you're walking along in two like that and you move out the way, the other two will just walk along.
Yeah.
And they won't say it, they won't say thank you, they won't say hello, they won't say morning, nothing. I don't get. And that means a lot to me.
Yeah, because it's nothing, is it?
It means a lot. Just like morning.
Yeah, how often do we don't do that now?
A lot of people that don't.
Walk past and say good morning to someone. And it's we have been... Yeah, there is just a lot of separation that's and I don't want to sound like, you know, we did conspiracy theories already, you know, but there is a lot of this kind of divide culture, you know, kind of putting people in.
But again,
pens
that's
like
from
that.
social media.
It is. You're right.
Me and my dad were walking up the street the other day, talking about stuff like that. It was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
You said it was the other day. That was
a few weeks ago.
Oh.
And walking along, this couple probably in their probably 20, 22, 23, pretty skanky looking.
That's quite judgmental.
Just the way it looked. Anyway, I was right. And it was a wide pavement. It wasn't like you could walk three people easily.
Yeah.
So they're coming towards us. Me and my dad walking down. I've stayed on the pavement. She's walked straight towards my dad. My dad's walked out into the road. And I just stood my ground, and basically she didn't bump into me, she sort of brushed into me. So hang on a minute, we're all good, there's plenty of space here. And my dad's like, why did I just have to step out in the road? Why? What? And I said, fuck knows, Dad. Anyway, turned around to look, and she's fucking mouthing something. Effing and blinding. And I was like, sorry, what did you say? And she just went, oh, fuck off. Well, that makes me really sad. Like, and I mean sad to the point I could cry. Because you're like, how do you think that's okay? Don't matter if my dad's fucking 2 years old or 99 years old. Why is it okay you let him walk into the road
when there's enough room?
There's plenty of room. And we've turned around. We've not said anything. They've not heard us because they're well past and weren't slagging them off.
Yeah.
And she's mouthing something at us. And I said, well, sorry, what was that or whatever? No, fuck off.
But mate, that's what people are like now. It's everyone for themselves, and that, you know, that makes our mission
even more important. Yeah.
Harder.
Yeah. Have you got people you can turn to?
Well, yeah, I think I've got you. I think I've got. I'm confident I have.
Yeah.
But again, those people have. I would say that's for the first time in like the last 12 months that I would feel comfortable being. Oh God, I was going to say being vulnerable, which is fucking ludicrous because it's not vulnerable. It's just fucking speaking about how I might feel.
Isn't that mad? When you use that word and you think of that word, it makes you feel really vulnerable, doesn't it? But actually, if you move that word out of the way and just say, I've got someone to talk to, you're just talking.
That is the thing, though, isn't it? Because I love a man that's vulnerable. No one likes being vulnerable, do they?
No.
You know, so old Jean's got to keep her doors locked because she's vulnerable to burglary. Like fucking hell, and I've got to be vulnerable. Like,
why is a man that talks about his feelings? Why is he being vulnerable?
No, because it's that thing, isn't it? It's the kind of
we've let our guard down from being a man.
We've got to don't be so strong. Don't be so strong. Be vulnerable. You know, let me see your inner side. It's just
let me see your inside.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, and you're just talking about that. I had a similar thing today. Fucking Rhea got Rhea's business, Second Life. Shout out to Second Life.
Oh, is it that we're doing that now?
Has got 99.9% 5-star reviews, right? And she had 1 4-star because some people just never give 5, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then 1 3-star, which was warranted. You know, she resolved it, but it was warranted. Anyway, she gets another 3-star today, and basically what had happened was a lady had purchased stuff online for in-store pickup, and in the meantime, someone had obviously been in and bought, just by chance, some of the items from this lady's order. Right.
That's awkward.
And bear in mind that she only sells, obviously, they're single items. It's not like, she's got massive stocks of things. And the chance of that happening is incredibly low, right? And it just so happened there was 2 or 3 items out of, I think, about 10 or 15 items that this lady. Bear in mind as well that it was the 50% off sale weekend. So
Rhea's got what, I don't know, 10,000 items.
Yeah,
it's 15,000.
Yeah,
I don't know how many. I've no idea.
Yeah. It's roughly
load of stock.
And anyway. So obviously when we found out she'd come to pick the items and get them ready for the lady to come pick them up, we've seen that there's some missing, and obviously instantly refunded her, sent her a message saying, really sorry, these items are no longer available. We've refunded you, really, really sorry, and also your order's ready to collection. Obviously she's come in, she's picked it up, she's not said a fucking word. And then of course she's gone online and left a 3-star review.
Well, she could have said, have you got anything that's similar to that? Can you sort me out? And then Rhea would have gone, we haven't, or no, and then you could have.
Yeah, I mean, if we would have thought
Jesus
it was
Christ
that much.
Almighty.
But this is the thing people don't understand. That is now going to drop her average down. And that will have an impact on people's decision making.
Surely, God, that's got to be a 4-star. Minimum. Minimum 4-star.
Yeah.
It's like didn't quite go to plan.
No,
it's solid 4-star.
But it was sorted out quickly.
Yeah.
She didn't have to write in and say, "Oh, there's some things missing from my order. Can you refund me?"
Or she could have just gone 5-star and said, and spoke to her.
Yeah, but obviously people are entitled to do what they want to do. But again, going down the same line of people. Just what did she gain from doing that?
Yeah. What did she want?
But we don't know. We don't know. So how do we solve this problem of 2 people dying, 2 men dying every minute? I think, right now, I don't think there's an answer. I think I personally believe we need to get our fucking heads out of our arseholes and speak to each other.
I was going to say, we're going to pause, I was going to say talking.
Yeah.
Talk. That's I don't talking and exercise.
Yeah,
I think are 2 things. And if you can't be asked going out and running, you feel like a fucking bag of shit. Call someone up.
Yeah,
it
needs to be more than that. We can't rely on fellow men to call someone up.
No, I know. But you just said, where can we?
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on each other. And that means, by checking in regularly, being authentic. You're right.
I don't think people care enough.
This is what I'm saying. They fucking need to care enough.
Do you know what? As people I used to message, I could probably name about 6 off the top of my head. I'm still mates with, still love them, still mates. I don't bother messaging them. Do they message me? No. Will they ever message me? No. Have we fallen out? No. Are they interested in my life? I'm not sure.
How do you know they're not going through shit?
Well, if you've messaged them for years and years, like for quite a long period of time, you get nothing back, and then you leave it for a period. You're like, oh, I've known from such and such for a while, and then they still don't message.
I disagree. I think.
I do not waste my time with people that don't give me stuff back.
No.
Because I've fucking done that for enough of my life.
Yeah.
And my time is precious, and I want to give it to people that fucking care.
Yeah. No, I do see
and that might sound really blunt, and it doesn't mean I won't message people. It doesn't mean I won't message back or whatever. I'm like, I don't need to message these people if I don't want. I got someone that's close to me that's not bothered about being in my life.
Yeah, no, it is a valid point, and obviously, we can't be expected to get the fucking phone book out and go through and
the yellow pages.
Phone.
No, the Thompsons.
No, the businesses. That's why I said phone
Thompson.
book. Yeah, again, that businesses.
Oh, I thought that was
no,
residential.
The phone book.
Can you tear a phone book in half?
Can now, yeah, because it's like one page, isn't they? But no, not back in the day.
Imagine you getting those trotters around.
They've stopped it now, haven't they?
Yeah. Used to do a little one, didn't they?
Yeah, stopped it. It came out on a disc at one stage.
Did it?
Yeah.
Then you had to load it up to.
Yeah. Well, now no one really has a phone number, do they?
No one has a phone.
Well, they have a phone number, but they don't.
The fuck?
They don't. You don't need it. Like, you don't look it up anywhere, do you? Do you know what I mean? Oh, don't be a dick. You don't do. Where's your fucking mobile list?
Don't be a dick.
Fucking.
Don't you ever Google phone numbers?
What? Yeah, for businesses, yeah, not for people.
Oh, okay, people, yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about ringing up fucking Mr. Chung from the Chinese and being like, "Oh, hello, mate. You all right? You all right? Yeah, everything good. I don't need Chinese tonight. I was just making sure, you were all good. Yeah, fantastic. All right, mate. So he's gonna fucking love that, isn't he? Right, next. Oh yeah, Bayview. Hello, mate. Yeah, you all right? Yeah.
That'd actually be quite a good thing to do.
You all right? Can I put the waitresses on one by one, will you? I just want to check in.
Well, like back in the old days, those.
Obviously, fucking people, you knob jockey cunt.
But no. We used that word in context.
That was fucking context.
No, fuck off, was it?
Jesus.
You can't be using that word, Stephen.
So yes.
Anyway, right.
So, takeaway, not chungs. Guys and ladies, no fucking conditions.
Just guys, we're talking to the fellas here. Come on, this is.
But we have got ladies listening.
No, I know, but that's what we said, wasn't it? That's what we said. We don't need to be like.
We don't know, and I'm not doing it to be inclusive. But I'm just saying it because there are ladies listening, and they do play a fucking part in this.
Yeah. I wasn't poo-pooing them, by the way. I was just trying to go by the advice you told me.
Ladies. The part they play in it, and it's the same part as the blokes play in it. No fucking expectations, no fucking conditions. Just say, are you okay? If you want to talk, I'm ready to listen.
Yeah.
And fucking listen as well, by the way. Listen. It's not about you. It's about them. So listen.
That's very well said, honestly.
Because
anybody, whether it be male to female to male or vice versa, if someone wants to talk, listen to what they're saying. Don't worry about. And I'm no fucking psychologist, but from my experience, just absorb what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then talk about it. Don't worry about making it about you or anything.
Judgments or
just listen to what they've got to say.
You'll be all right. It's probably not that bad.
It makes me want to punch you just you saying that.
Just listen, but just make sure there's no fucking. There doesn't need to be any fucking. Oh, you do that and I'll do that. Just sit down, go for a walk, go sit down the beach, go sit on the park, go out in the garden. Lay in bed, turn the lights off, and just lay in bed, so that you haven't even the guy doesn't even feel like he's got to look at you and feel embarrassed, perhaps, or feel taken away one of those senses. No, it's true.
It's true.
Is it not true?
No, it is true. It just sounded funny.
It's
good when you're driving. Talking when you're driving's good.
Because there is a bit, otherwise you've got to look in their eyes or you've got to look down or
go down into an
like
argument. God, I've had a few of those before.
Just fucking listen, please. Pick up your phones now, message one person and just say, how you doing? That's it. And if we can do that, we can save one man a day. I reckon that's cool, right? Isn't it?
If we can do this and that happens, mate, well, you know.
Anyway, shall we call it a day?
Anyway. Right, so that was our mental health awareness chat.
Mental health awareness chat of the month in association with Pride.
We haven't done our song
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
I don't like that anymore.
Have you not opened it up lately?
No.
No?
I don't know anyone called Pandora. Oh, if I did, I'd love to open a box.
On that note, right.
But
Love you.